everyone. Thank you for coming back to my channel today. I am so excited to introduce you guys to Lauren Kidd, founder of the At Home Entrepreneur. Lauren, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Good. Awesome. I'm so excited to have you and learn more about what you do and share that with the audience. So, Lauren, if you don't mind, my first question for you is if you could tell us your age and what is your business?
I'm actually 34 years old, freshly 34.
Happy birthday.
We're not gonna push to 35 yet. I am a business and success coach for the busy mompreneur. I teach moms how to start, run, and scale their businesses while being present in their kids' lives. So I founded At Home Entrepreneur so that people could stay home and play with their kids.
I love that. That is such a unique, I guess, niche and market that people don't know about, but is so relevant to people, especially nowadays when you're able to work from home.
Right.
So tell us a little bit more into exactly how you make money. Is it coaching? Do you provide courses for people, or do you do the hands-on building of a business for people?
I do a little bit of everything. Honestly, it really depends on when a mom comes to me, where she is, whether she's just starting out, she's going to need a real good foundation for a business, whether that's email marketing or a sequence or product put together, conversations, scripts, things like that. We work through that. If we're looking to scale, we're really looking to, focus in on our marketing and our launching process and really offering, high value to those that we are willing to or looking to attract. So really, I do a little bit of everything. I have a number of courses from content to client attraction to, I actually have a business bundle for those who are just kind of looking to jump in and piece it all together, maybe not necessarily ready to dive fully into coaching. But I love, love, love the one-on-one coaching and just the interactions. I have a client, I just love to promote her. I have a client who I've worked with since my very first month that I launched my business, and I have worked with her now for almost 4 years. She comes back every couple of months and we just refine things and we tweak things, and she had her biggest month ever in April. And it was so exciting to be able to celebrate where she started in her business and how far she's come just in the last 4 years. And we always work together in a one-on-one capacity. Anytime I put something else out, she's like, I'll just take that too. I'll just go get that too.
I love that. So especially that you were able to build a relationship that strong, where 4 years later, they're still coming back to you. I mean, that's the goal, right? Is to
Yes,
have those
absolutely.
recurring clients. So you have different packages. If I understand correctly, you have different packages for people depending on what their needs are.
Yes. Yeah. So if you're just starting out, you're definitely not going to be in a scaling model. You're not going to need to focus necessarily on, the full on launch process yet. You're not going to really need to focus on marketing, because if you start marketing before you have anything, you're getting your face out, and that's really exciting. But when people try to connect with you, there's nothing for them to either purchase or get or gain other than, oh, hey, I'll just maybe get on a call with you and try to sell something. So you really want to have that solid foundation when you're just starting out. So you want to make sure your content is high value. You want to make sure that that you've got a really solid foundation for your business. So for those that I'm just starting out with, we do something. If you're looking for a one-on-one, we would do like a 3-month coaching session. So in the first month, we really build you a solid foundation for your business. Then we work on a marketing plan, and then we launch you out into the world with that solid foundation, so that you're not just like showing up on the block. You're like, hey, I have a new business and please just join my stuff, because nobody likes those people.
Right.
No, I don't ever want to put a client out there just going, hey, here's my stuff. Just here's my link. Go buy it. Like, no.
Right. Yeah. They need to trust and know the brand, and
Exactly.
that it's what it is, what you say it is.
Exactly.
Wow. That's awesome. So kind of stemming from that question, where did you when the timeline from either when it was just a side hustle to now it is a full-time business for you? So where was that, and what made you decide to take that leap and really pursue your passion?
So I actually was with an MLM company when I found out I was pregnant, and I was doing very well in it, and I
Hmm.
loved it. It had been my business for 4 years, I guess.
Okay.
I had really done well. I'd made a lot of connections, but there was just something about finding out I was pregnant and being like, well, I don't necessarily want to only help this particular type of person. I want to be able to help moms. I was helping moms in the business that I was in build their own businesses, but it was one specific business, if you
Hmm.
will. It wasn't I'm working with a mom right now who's an accountant. I'm working with a mom who is a bookkeeper, which are two entirely different things for those who
Right.
aren't 100% sure. I work with VAs. I work with MLM people. I work with, a variety of people now. And to be able to watch their businesses grow is so much more exciting than to watch one mom who's interested in one thing work on that one thing. I was leaving out so many different businesses.
Hmm.
So being in that position, I knew I still wanted to be able to stay home because we homeschool even before it was cool to do so or told to do so.
Before quarantine started and you had to
Before,
homeschool.
yeah, we've done it the whole time, and that was one of my life goals, is to always have been to homeschool our kid, and I wanted to make sure that still happened. So I pretty much just jumped ship, if you will, from my really successful business, and I just dove headfirst into making this a full-time gig, which thankfully it took off really well because I already had such I guess a good connection with so many people. They were like, I actually really want to do this instead. Can you help me build this? And it was like, yeah, absolutely. I want to actually do this. I have this idea. Can I do this? Can this be a business? It was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's build it. Let's create it. Let's market it. Let's do it. And I'm like, this
Yeah.
is so much easier because I'm not having to drop into anybody's inbox like, hey, I got a sale this weekend. You want to over and, see one of my parties. Not that there's anything wrong with MLMs. I love
Hmm.
them. I got my start in them. They're fantastic if done properly. But there are just so many other things that moms can do besides sell fitness, sell shakes, sell, potpourri or whatever the other stuff is, or clothes or whatever. You can do anything. And I like to empower moms to be able to do the things that they want to do that they're already really good at and to make money
And
at
their
it.
own, exactly, and their own passions, their own things that they're passionate about, like you leaving an MLM to do what you're passionate about. You want to do that for other women too, so and
Exactly.
give them that option. What are one or two things that you specifically did to grow your company and get more clients? So if you have any growth hacks for us, um, love to hear it.
Talk to people. It is the scariest thing on the face of this planet, is to start a conversation with somebody that you don't know, or to put yourself out there in front of somebody that may or may not reject you. It's a terrifying feeling, but the more conversations that you have, the more potential for a client you have. More conversations equal more sales calls equals more money in your bank account. After all, that's why you're in business, is to get out
Yeah.
there and to promote yourself. Granted, there is a way to do it and there is a way not to do it. Biggest tip is don't slide into somebody's DM cold and be like, hey, I have this really great opportunity. Do you want to hear about it? No. The answer is no. No, they don't want to hear about it. They don't know who you
Yep.
are. It's really icky. It's awful. Build relationships, get out there and talk to people. Just
And
have
I
genuine conversations.
That is so good. And I think that people hearing this are gonna automatically assume that what you mean is to slide into people's DMs to start a conversation, which is not the way to do it. And so I kind of want to dive a little deeper into that. Um, who would you go specifically to talk to? Would it be people in your community? Would you email people? How would you start the conversation and with who?
There's a couple different ways that you can do it. Obviously, you want to start within your own community. So if you have your own Facebook group, start talking to them. They're in there for a reason. They think you're awesome. They love what you do. They're in there for you. They want to hear from you. Talk to them. Your best audience is the one that is already following you. So
Mhm.
definitely start conversations with them. You can do things like engagement posts, like, hey, here's some tips on, like, this week in Mommy's on a Mission, which is my Facebook group. Literally all you have to do is search hashtag Mommy's on a Mission in the search bar and you'll find it. right now we're talking about scheduling and planning and things like that, because that's a big thing for moms is, oh my God, how do I have time for everything? Schedule it, schedule it, schedule it, schedule it. Does it mean that it's going to happen at an exact time? No. But from those conversations, you get to really get a sense of where people are, let's say in their scheduling or in their chaos or whatever it is. Just today, I had 6 different sales conversations towards something off of one post that I made. And the post has only been out for an hour.
Wow.
Hey, I'm looking for a good planner. Well, let's talk about what good planners are. I'm going to plug my own. I am obsessed with Erin Condren. It's not my own. It's just,
Love that. Yes.
I'm
I know
obsessed
exactly
with
what
it.
you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
And it started a conversation. You have something in common with somebody in your audience. You start that conversation and it's, I think I'm going to get that planner. You totally should. And then we should talk about how to set up your day, your systems, your whatever. So start by talking to your audience for sure. Another really great way is and I like to call it borrowing other people's audiences. And it's not, again, you're not doing it in a show up in somebody else's Facebook group and be like, I'm the best. You should totally listen to me. I am awesome. Buy my stuff. No. Just don't do that. But people give you the opportunity in their groups to share value. Show up and share value. So just like I would share in my group, hey, these are hacks for moms. These are things that you're going to want to do for your mom business, your mompreneur business. Here are my tips. And people are like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing thing. Can you actually tell me a little bit more? Absolutely. Let's have a chat. So it's a really good way to start that conversation without just being like, hey, I see you're a mom and you have a business. Let's talk. They're like, no, because moms are super untrusting just by nature. We
Right.
have that instinct. We're just like, everybody's bad until we get to know them. There's something about giving birth where everybody becomes evil.
Changes everything.
And until they become somebody in your circle, they are not to be trusted for any reason, whether it's, socializing or business wise. We're very skeptical creatures once we, procreate. So you definitely, if you work with moms, it doesn't matter in any capacity, whether it's MLM or VAs or coaching or whatever. If your audience is a mom specifically, be very cautious how you approach them. We're like deer in headlights. We will dart at the first sign of a pitch without getting to know who you are.
Interesting. I love that angle. And I love that you're able to you keep saying the mompreneur, like that. I love that word so much. So on to the next. What?
It's just, there are people who are like, I hate the word mompreneur, but there's something special about the word mompreneur because you are an entrepreneur for sure. You run a business. You're amazing. But first and foremost, you are a mom. You are a mompreneur. You're a mom first, then you're an entrepreneur. You can run the most BA business. Look at Sarah Blakely. But first and foremost, she is a mom and a wife. She is a mompreneur. Just my take on it.
And also, it builds a sense of community. It builds a tribe of women that you can relate to. And it's just another way for you to spark that conversation, like
Absolutely.
You were mentioning. So I love it, using that hashtag. On to the next question. What tools did you use to support your business? So did you take any classes? Do you have any certifications or things that if someone were wanting to start a coaching business, where would they start?
I really laugh at this question. I actually get asked this question a lot. Are you certified to coach? The School of Life has certified me to coach, I'll say. But in all seriousness, no. When I was in my MLM, I did a lot of seminars. I didn't have a kid when I started my MLM. I was in my very early 20s. When I started my first MLM, I attended events like Chalene Johnson, Tony Robbins.
Yep.
Oh man, his name escapes me. Ooh, that's awful. I've attended like 4 of his events. Brendan Burchard, that whole network. I absolutely love John Maxwell. I love Darren Hardy. Anything Darren Hardy, I could just, inhale as if it's the word of, I don't want to say that, but you get
Yep, I know what you're saying.
The word of business, if you will. So I attended a lot of seminars. I got a lot of really great and useful tools in order to build a solid platform and to learn how to market. And I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly hiring coaches. Last night I hired a second coach because, we can't do it alone.
Hmm.
Even coaches need coaches. There's always going to be something that you don't know. You might be the best in your field and you might be the best for the people who are following you, but there's always somebody a step ahead of you or 10 steps ahead of you. And that's where you need to be looking. If you want to continue to scale, you need to continue to be looking forward. As far as certifications go, this is a laughable moment. I actually have 2 masters and 3 bachelors and an associate's degree. Not there. All of my degrees are in a box in my closet. That's the amount of use that they do for me.
Wow.
So I do
That
have an
speaks
MBA.
volumes.
Yeah, I do have an MBA. I have a degree in psychology, a degree in sociology. So people are kind of my thing. I like learning about their mannerisms and how they function, because I do think that that helps you in your business to really know who it is that you're helping or how to help them best. Because some people really need your attention, and some people just need you to be like, here are your tasks. Let's chat when I need a help. So it's really helpful in any kind of business to know your people and how they function. I think a lot of people now are into the Enneagram. I don't think I say that right.
Enneagram.
There you go.
Yeah.
Those. I know a lot of people out there are like, what's your number? And I'm like, I'm somewhat hands-on, but hands-off.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I learn best one-on-one, but every once in a while I like to dabble in a course because, never stop learning.
Right. Do you feel like it helped you going to college, or do you think it not necessarily was a waste, but that you could have done without it?
Oh, it was a waste of money for
Ooh.
sure. I enjoyed the experience that I had.
Right.
I think, in my brick and mortar business, I think it was much more, it had more clout to it. Oh, you've got an MBA from,
Mm-hmm.
wherever. That's really awesome. That just means you're smart. Really, it's just a piece of paper that says I can be taught. It's really all a degree is anymore. And if you go to the library, you're going to learn the same things, but it's for free. And you get to check the books out for longer. And you don't pay $100 a book a semester. So, there are so many resources out there that are free. There's so many trainings that are free. There's so many people willing to share with you their knowledge for a fraction of the cost that you're going to get in school. And you're going to get that hands-on experience that you don't necessarily get sitting in a classroom learning from one person's perspective.
Yep.
I'm not knocking college at all. Like I said, I have a lot of degrees. A lot of degrees. Would I do them again? No, I absolutely wouldn't. And, if my kid wants to go to college, he can. If he doesn't, I would rather see him, study abroad, study culture, study art, study life, study from, really successful people on, how they did their own thing. Because
right.
While I respect the H out of my professors, there's a cap on their income, and there always will be. They're sculpting the minds of our future politicians, but they're not necessarily sculpting the minds of those who are funneling the money through our economy, our multimillionaires. So, again, not knocking college. I did the whole college route, but as far as does it help my business, I think maybe just a little bit of sociology and psychology that I still have.
To know people, to know how people work.
Right.
But again, life experience can teach you that anyway.
Exactly.
Or take an Enneagram quiz.
There you go. Exactly.
Love it. Well, that's really good. I love that answer. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to hear that. It may be a sucker punch in the face and I need to quit their college classes next semester, have a conversation with their parents. But hey, that's what we're here for. We're here for the truth. Is there a CEO or leader that you're following?
Oh, I follow so many. Like I said, you should never stop learning. There is always somebody smarter than you. There is always somebody better than you. And there's always something that you can learn from somebody else. I really, really love, like I said, John Maxwell and anything Darren Hardy puts out. Chalene Johnson is on my list of people. Oh goodness. Let's think. There's just so many. Those are probably some of my favorite. Their words are are kind of timeless. No matter whether, this aspect of business change or this aspect of business change, the foundation of what that is they talk about or teach or share pretty much remains the same. With Darren Hardy, one of my favorite books is The Compound Effect. And he's just like, you can start with a lot, but it's going to take you a long time. Or you can start with a little and just add a brick, or I think his is a penny in his analogy, but you could, build it. You've got a more solid foundation than just having somebody, let's say, hand you a bunch of money and then not really knowing what to do with it. Or you can get a penny and it's going to compound and it's going to grow, and you're going to have that foundation, for, let's say, your business. You're going to have a longer lasting return on whatever it is you've got out there.
Right. Especially for some small businesses or starting your own business, everyone wants to have that recurring revenue, right? So
exactly,
that's streamlining, like always coming in, not just one lump sum and then that's it. So
exactly,
you want a product or a service that will last. So that's awesome. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Next question. We want to know, what is a podcast or a book recommendation that you have? I know you've been talking about a couple books. Is there any podcasts that you're listening to?
Can I be very controversial? I don't have the attention span for a podcast. Love, like I said, Darren Hardy's Compound Effect. I think that is a great book for every entrepreneur to read. I don't actually have my copy. I've actually lent it out. I swear every time I get a copy, I always buy copies of The Compound Effect, and then I just give them out, and then I never seem to have one on. So I have it digital, so I always have one. And then I really like John Maxwell's Failing Forward.
Yes.
Just, again, like I said, it's an older book. I don't even know when it was written, but I mean, it's not new. It's not a new idea, but the concept is, you just keep going. It doesn't matter how many times you fall down. You keep getting up. You just keep going. You fail forward. You're going to get it wrong. Doesn't matter what you do. You are not always right, and you're going to fail, but it's the lesson of not stopping when you fail. In Maxwell's book, it's, just keep going on your path and just fail until you get it right, because you will get it right. Keep learning, keep growing, keep taking in the good information, push away the bad stuff that's not working, and just keep going without ever wondering if now is the time to give up. Because it's like that little picture that circulates every couple of years in the entrepreneurial world where they're, the little axe pickers going for diamonds, and he's so close and he gives up. You're always just on the brink of something, whether it's your first $500, your first $10,000, your first $100,000, whatever it is, you are literally on the cusp of it. You just have to keep going, even if things go wrong. And as a mompreneur, things go wrong all the time. all the time.
Yeah, that actually is such a relevant book, Failing Forward. Because as a mom, I mean, I'm not a mom, but I can only imagine the stuff, the roadblocks that would get in the way of just everyday life and starting a business if you don't have one yet. So that's a really good book recommendation. I'll have to read that myself because I haven't read it yet.
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's like one of the very first books I actually send some of my clients books when they sign on. I'm just like, okay, you're going to read this and you're going to read this and you're going to read this. It's going to change your mind.
Yeah, you're like in a way your own professor. You're like, okay, this is our syllabus.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Here's what we're going to cover. Here's what we're going to do. Here's how you're going to succeed. And it's going to be amazing. Let's go.
Love it. On to the next question. What is one piece of advice you would give to our audience? If you could, whether they are starting out or they've been in it and they're becoming a mom or they're already a mom, what is one piece of advice you could give them?
You have something that somebody else wants to buy. It doesn't matter what it is that you have in your head. Somebody doesn't know it and somebody is willing to pay for it. I have a woman who is a chicken farmer who I work with, and she has been a hands and laboring chicken farmer most of her life. And now she has made this amazing online course on how to successfully raise chickens from hatchlings. Who'd have thought? There's a huge market for it though. There are tons of people who want to learn how to chicken farm. I have a lady who all she makes is dog bandanas. There's a market for it. She decided one day that she was going to get real creative with Fluffy, her dog, or whatever the dog's name is. She's like, I'm going to make bandanas and I love sewing and it's so cute. Now all she makes is bandanas. There's a market for it. You can take a brick and mortar business and turn it into an entrepreneurial, completely online business. I have accountants do it all the time. I have a lady who helps people choose the proper binkies for their children so as to avoid massive dental work later. There's a market for it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Somebody helps you choose the right binky. You know, who knew?
Wow.
I didn't know when my kid had a binky in his mouth, you know, or Patsy or whatever you guys call him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she helps you choose it. If you have something that you know inside and out, it doesn't matter if you think it's silly. There's a lady who teaches you how to find a binky. Like, mind blowing. Like, it's just, there's always somebody willing to pay for what you know. So just start. Just start. Put it all in. Get really excited about what it is that you're doing and just don't give up. Somebody will pay you, I promise.
I love that advice. That is so good to hear, so encouraging, refreshing. Absolutely love that. Lauren, we are almost done, but before we go, I want to give you the chance to hype yourself up. So where can we find you? Where can we learn more about your product and services? Pimp yourself out.
Well, you can find me on YouTube, just Lauren Kidd. You can find my website at homeentrepreneur.com, spelled just as annoyingly long as it sounds. Or you can find me on Facebook, #Mommy's on a Mission. Our Facebook is lively and exciting and full of other mompreneurs who are starting out just like you, who are getting into the meat of their business just like you, are really starting to scale their business to that first, you know, real big income goal for themselves. So #Mommy's on a Mission. Honestly, if you put that in the Facebook search bar, you'll find me in any capacity. #Mommy's on a Mission.
Love it. Thank you so much, Lauren. I appreciate you for coming on to my channel and answering those questions. It was so helpful and so insightful. And I know that people that were listening are really going to take what you said to heart. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Thank you.